Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today is the day or the morning after Tropical Storm Chantal. We are going to give you a tour of both Ocean Boulevard and the Boardwalk to show you what Myrtle Beach looks like the day after the storm. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything in the Myrtle Beach area. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So as you can tell, we still have the remnants. It's basically spinning just above us, just northwest of us right now, the tropical storm. And so we're still getting some after effects, but the brunt of it came through in the middle of the night. And believe me, we could hear it. It was some howling wind and torrential rain. I did not hear any thunder, and they said, as far as I know, we did not get any tornadoes from the storm, which is great, because that's where a lot of the real damage can occur from these tropical storms. But we did get some really strong winds and heavy rain for a short burst, like short period, but very, very heavy rain. So we have seen some small localized flooding, but I'm not talking about the kind where you can't get through with your car. We have not been down to Garden City this morning. If you're going to Garden City, I would especially if you're going today, I would definitely call ahead to your hotel, but that's a good practice anyway. Call ahead to your hotel, your resort, your condo, and check and make sure you see the limbs down. That's most of what we're seeing is limbs down. Minor damage is what we've seen so far, but this is our first time driving down Ocean Boulevard, so we'll see it at the same time you do. We've done some other driving around, and like I said, we've seen limbs. We've seen some pretty big limbs down. That was close. That car almost hit us, was pulling out into the street. We've seen some limbs down and that kind of thing, but so far we've not seen any significant structural damage or significant flooding other than, like I said, sort of pooling in places. Garden City and Cherry Grove, which is in North Myrtle Beach, are the two most flood prone areas in this region. So again, if you're staying in those areas, I would definitely call ahead or anywhere. But today we're going to get after effects. So pretty soon, right now it is 8:30. We always get questions what time it is. This is 8:30 in the morning. We wanted to get out here and show you what it looks like as soon as possible, as soon as it's safe to do so. But we are, I think around 10 o'clock, we're supposed to get another big band of rain and some wind, not as bad as last night, but some wind. You can see some of these flags are torn from the storm. So it's not exactly over. The brunt of it has passed us, but it's still spinning. You know, the way a hurricane spins, it's one of those tails is going to come swing back by and give us another sort of storm or whatever you want to call it this morning. So today is not going to be the nicest day, and for those of you in town for the 4th of July weekend, I am so sorry. It's not our fault, but oh, I feel for you. Like, we walked through the campground at the Myrtle Beach State Park yesterday, and we knew the storm was coming, and we could really feel for those people because it was rainy on and off all day yesterday. It wasn't pouring all day, but it was intermittent heavy rain, and then, like I said, overnight was the brunt of the storm. And this morning, I think for quite a while, we're going to have intermittent rain. As you can see, it's still drizzling right now. Poor person out in the rain. Of course, that's going to be us soon. We're going to get out at the boardwalk. We're going to get out in the rain for you at the boardwalk area. Hopefully, we won't hit that really bad. Right now, it's just drizzly. It's not too bad to get out. You should be able to start seeing Family Kingdom. It looks kind of weird in this sort of misty, weird looking weather. The other thing is weird is it looks like it'd be cool outside, but it's not. It's quite humid. It's 74 degrees according to my car, which is not always accurate. But the humidity is incredibly high because of this tropical storm coming from the tropics. And so it has a very humid, sticky feel to the air, which is typical for this time of the year though. But sometimes after a tropical storm or hurricane, the air gets really nice once it pulls out. It has not fully pulled out yet. So we'll see. We might get a break from the humidity once this is out. There, they've got the Ferris wheel lit up at Family Kingdom there. Over here, we might get a little view towards the beach. Can't really see the ocean from here. Don't worry, we will get out on the boardwalk. Now this doesn't look bad right here because this is a low spot. A lot of times when there is a big storm, this area right here will be underwater. So that actually doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I think that this is gonna, if you're coming, I think you're probably gonna be fine. I know a lot of people worry about that when we have a storm. It's definitely more of a concern when it's a hurricane, but sometimes we get storms that are not a hurricane and they're not a tropical storm, and they're still just as bad. Like, we had a nor'easter a couple of years ago in December, and it brought really bad flooding, and it wasn't even, you know, a hurricane or anything. So, you know, you never know here with the storms. Do you have a trip coming up soon to Myrtle Beach? Let us know. Are you coming in the near future? Leave us a comment and let us know. And if you're finding this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find our video, so we really appreciate that. There's the 2nd Avenue Pier and the Wicked Tuna. So we're parallel with the boardwalk right now, so we're already up to the boardwalk level. Let's go on up to the boardwalk and take a walk around. If you missed our most recent bike tour of Ocean Boulevard, over to my right here are some brand new condos that are going to be for rent, and you can already go, oh, there's some actual damage right there. There's some things down. You can actually go ahead and rent those now for the future. They're not open right this second, but you can actually rent them. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely check those out, because we're right here at this sort of classic boardwalk, Ocean Boulevard area. I think this is the area everybody pictures in their mind when they think of the boardwalk. All right, we were walking across Ocean Boulevard. It's pretty much ghost town, but this is some crazy wind. This is the kind you have to lean into to push against it. Like, it is really howling. Whoa, the ocean looks crazy. We will get closer. I can't zoom on this camera, but we'll get closer so you can see it. It looks really crazy. I can almost guarantee you the beach will be closed. Now, when I say the beach will be closed, I do not mean you can't get on the beach. People ask me that question. It just means you cannot swim in the ocean. I guarantee you this is a double flag day. When you see the 2 red flags, that means you can't get in the water. I don't know why you would want to, but you got the news crews. Down here is WPDE. Everyone's going to take in the weather. We get that question a lot, like, what weather do we watch? We use AccuWeather, the app, but we also use the WNBF local news and WPDE. I have an alert system. So they took all the flags down in preparation of the storm. Normally there's a huge line of flags there. The ocean looks completely nuts. And here's a mostly deserted, looks so crazy on the 4th of July weekend. I mean, it's early, but still there's a few people down there enjoying the photo ops, but this is actually even blowing the camera, so if the video is moving around, there's not much I can do about that. But look at this ocean. Whoa, it's crazy. And I guarantee you they turned the lifeguard house over intentionally, maybe. I don't know if they prepped and did that or not. And you can see the garbage bins turned over. Yeah, they definitely didn't do that on purpose, because there's some garbage bins that are still up. Let's go down and get a closer look at the ocean, and then we'll walk down the boardwalk and take a look at that. Well, yeah, this is some the howling. You won't be able to hear it probably, because I use a mic that dampens, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me at all, that dampens the noise. But it is just like howling against the buildings. Brian said it sounded like a hurricane. It's that howling. Ooh, and it's blowing sand like in a painful way up on me. Woo! There's down towards the sky wheel. And then there's looking into the wind. This is into the wind. That is a rough ocean. Back up on the boardwalk now. Let's take a walk. Like I said, a few people are enjoying the photo ops here on the boardwalk. They're going to make the most of their 4th of July vacation. I think it's good just to get out and do stuff, you know, might as well. And by the way, we do have a rainy day, things to do when it's raining at Myrtle Beach video on our channel. If you ever want to find a video on our channel, just search for Carmen and Brian on YouTube and then put in whatever topic. So Myrtle Beach raining, and then that video will come up. Still a lot of wind. But like I said, nothing like last night. It was crazy, crazy windy last night. This is doable. You can walk in this, no problem. It's just not a good hair day, let's say that. I tried to wear a hat, my hat keeps blowing off, so, you know, there's not much you can do in this kind of wind. There's another one of the fun photo ops here. But yeah, you see, you know, you can see there's little limbs and bits down. I think the most we saw was that one place where I was talking about the condos. There were some actual structural pieces that had come off of something that were in and you know, you can see here's a a limb down from the palm tree, so that'll get cleaned up pretty quick. Over here you've got the sky wheel, so we're gonna go around the side here, and then we are gonna head up on Ocean Boulevard to show you what that looks like from the street side. We got a shingle down. It looks like it came off the Good Vibes gift shop over there. So there is, like I said, some sort of minor structural damage, but nothing super major. Here we are out on the street side. Wind is crazy here too, it really is. It's blowing on the camera, super crazy wind. But to show you, like, from a walking perspective what Ocean Boulevard looks like this morning, deserted is what it looks like. Now, I know it's pretty early still. It's almost 9 now. It's a little 10 till 9. And yeah, Myrtle Beach doesn't get busy till like 11 a.m. That's about when people seem to really start getting out. But we did like that bike tour on Friday. You can watch that. We biked Ocean Boulevard on the 4th of July. And there were tons of people out walking around just because it's a busy weekend. After Memorial Day weekend, I would say this is the second most busy weekend, a very close second. The only thing that makes Memorial Day busier is because of the bike festival, so it is a little bit more hectic there. Here comes the street cleaner. They're already cleaning up the debris even as we speak. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.